Hashtag no music, no intro. We are back. Saints Block Party Podcast. We are recording on a Thursday night. Whew, man. NFL free agency continues to roll or just come to a cold stop. That shit went from Monday to Tuesday and just stopped. But we wanted to put out this episode, catch everyone up in terms of all the doings that the Saints have had up to this point. Talk about the Saints. We got 20 concurrent viewers on right now. We appreciate y'all being on a late Thursday night. So we appreciate y'all being on. Got my my Nick Furley fucking heart monitor on right now.
So with that, man. Good?
Yeah, bro. I got fucking wear a heart monitor for fucking 30 days, bro.
All right, man, bro.
I'm good, bro. Got the SBP official. Got the hats in. So everyone who purchased an SBP hat, those will be going out. Once I get back in from town, once I get back from the Big 12 Pro Days next week. So that weekend, I'll work on getting them all out to everybody. Yeah, not dying. I'm good. Just precautionary. Kind of felt like, that time that Howie tried to pull one over on the Saints. He's sending us a punter.
Oh, yeah. His
heart was all fucked up. Yeah, I'm good, though. I'm good. So, yeah, I can't. Sorry, Mark. I see what you're saying. If you want the HD version, that will be up on our Patreon.
Whoa. HD now.
No, he said that your video looking a little grainy. Not.
Oh, man. Oh.
Yeah. I don't know if it's your uploads. I was calling it. I don't know. It is what it is, bro. We rolling. We rolling. I don't know where it is. Let's talk about the Saints. Let's talk about let's catch up on the news. The biggest news is James says the Patreon goes hard. Thank you, James. Appreciate that. Patreon.com/Saints Block Party Podcast. You're listening to this on YouTube. Please like and subscribe. We are at 1,770 subscribers on YouTube. Almost 2,000. Almost 2,000. So if you're
almost
not
man.
If you're not a subscriber, almost. We almost there. So big news of this week: Saints came to terms and signed Justin Reid, former Houston Texan, former Kansas City Chief, 2-time Super Bowl champion, went to LSU. Saints kind of going back home twice this free agency period. First with Devon Gottschall, trading for him. Now adding Justin Reid was a big need. When Will Harris didn't come back. I can't even tell you off the top of my head what team he signed with. Commanders, maybe? I don't know. I don't know what team. They said send that super chat quick. Hashtag help Wolf Wi-Fi.
My upload good, man. It's like 99%. I don't know what's.
It is what it is. But the big news is that the need for safety was huge, and bringing in Justin Reid was huge, because if you go back and look to the episode we did with our dude, Coach Cody Alexander, he talked about Brandon Staley and his scheme and the need of the split safety coverage, and how split safety coverage is so paramount in Brandon Staley's defensive scheme. So they go out, they get Justin Reid, who's I believe only 28, and a good player. Like I know as a podcast we can be hard on the Saints. I like to say we're fair. Whatever people like to say. I think we keep a very fair take of critical, right? Justin Reid's a good player. It was a good signing. He had suitors, as I kind of said last episode. The Saints wanted to get players; they're going to have to overpay. They got him in and pair him with Tyrann Mathieu, another former LSU player. Now you have the LSU, secondary safeties. Don't have anything negative to say about them adding Justin Reed in their secondary to play that strong safety position. It kind of feels like they're kind of atoning for the Marcus May signing years before.
It does. And but look, it was a good move, bro. Like he was one of the better safeties out there on the market. They had a need at safety. I thought the deal was like a fair deal. He's the type of player you kind of want in free agency that's kind of in their prime, not past their prime, but just kind of right there at the right spot of their prime. You know what I'm saying? And it's just I mean, I just like it. It made sense. It made sense from the beginning. He fits what Brandon Staley wants to do. So it just was kind of a no-brainer, to get Justin Reed. Then, Louisiana boy, coming back home. Him and Tyrann have he's been with Honey Badger, like from the Texans to the Chiefs to New Orleans, and just right behind him, just blah blah blah. So
I don't know, bro. Anywhere Justin Reed goes, Tyrann usually get out of there. So
you know that the clock ticking. That's that. Like damn, like the Grim Reaper up in that motherfucker. Like, damn.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Real quick, we got our dude, speaking of Cody Alexander, I want to see if I can put this up real quick. He sent this to me. He DM'd this to me after the Reed signing. In terms of maybe probably from Field Vision Pro, just showing Justin Reed and just how he ended the season last season for the Chiefs. So his Havoc rating was 73.9. Again, this is Field Vision Pro. Make sure you check Field Vision out. In coverage, his Havoc rating was 73.4. Run defense, 68.8. Pass rush, which not really something, depends on how you utilize your safeties, 62.1. But that coverage is something that is important because Jordan Howden, the team has told you what they thought of Jordan Howden. He is a depth piece at best right now.
At best.
And they have no plans for him being a starting safety. Maybe so takes out, and this is what you want to do as a team. Not just the Saints, any NFL team. You want to the best of your ability, and I'm going to get into this point more later, but before the draft, if you have needs, you want to eliminate those needs in free agency, so when the draft comes around, you truly are able to draft the best player that is available, and you don't have to be pigeonholed of drafting for need. You want to be drafting whoever is the top clouded rated player on your board.
Right. Wants, needs. You just got to knock them down. You start off with your must-haves, your needs, and then your wants. Maybe down the line you get your wants. And then by the time you get into the NFL draft, it's like, man, let's just pick the best player we can because you get a chance to add young, cheap talent to your roster. And, that ends up paying dividends down the road. Then you don't end up in cap hell like, the Saints have been for years. You know what I'm saying?
Years. So this news came out before the Justin Reed deal. It came out a day before the Justin Reed deal. And when the numbers came out on it for real, you could say it probably doesn't look as bad. But that Juwan Johnson 3 for 30, bruh. When that first came out.
It still looked bad, dude. It's bad.
I don't care what anybody say, bro. Even when we break it down. Well, technically, when you really look at it, it's actually two for 10. Hashtag. Well, actually, I don't fucking care. I don't care. Do not care. Don't care.
That shit's trash, bro. And it's like
Who
I'm,
else? Who
who
else was offering Jawan Johnson 2 for 10?
Sean Payton. I don't know. Like, I mean,
Oh no,
was
he just
Sean
got Evan Ingram, like an actual Pro Bowler for $1 million more.
with less guaranteed money? Less guaranteed money. Less guaranteed money than Jawan
$21
Johnson.
million. $21 million guaranteed for Jawan Johnson, Brian.
Jawan Johnson? That Jawan? It's just like, hey, look, Jawan Johnson is a fine player. But the thing is like, he's just not dependable. You know what I'm saying? Like I tweeted. I was like, I never went to a game like thinking, man, this is a Jawan Johnson game here. He gonna dominate these safeties and linebackers or whatever. I just never think that because you just don't know. Like, yeah, sure, some days he pops up and it's like, whoa, what a catch from Jawan. And then you don't see him for like 3 weeks. It's like, that's just Jawan, bro. That's just Jawan being Jawan. So I just can't dedicate that type of what.
Oh my God, you just described Jawan Johnson with the way we used to describe Traquan Smith, bro.
Bro, just Traquan being, it's the same.
The big question.
Are they different? Are they different? Like, seriously. Same type of players where Traquan might bust around, have a 2-touchdown game, and look good. And then you just won't hear from him for 6 weeks. And it's like, okay, that's just Traquan. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's Jawan the same way. That's why I was like, it's $21 million guaranteed for Jawan? I was like, man, like I wouldn't have mind paid him, but this would have been all like escalators and incentives and all that stuff. Like, you got to produce to get this money, Negro. Like, I ain't just giving it to you. Jawan? But I ain't
think that just
tripping.
goes like that to me is like a desperation contract.
Yeah,
that's a desperation contract. Like I know Kellen Moore really wanted to add tight. He wants tight ends, right?
Yeah.
And was that he added, was it Jack Stoll today in free agency.
Who?
Oh, did you miss that? Did you miss that this morning?
No,
or maybe oh God.
I saw it.
No idea. Just seems to, maybe he was with the Eagles last year. Maybe feels that blocking.
People's asking me on People's asking me on X, like, what do you think? Your thoughts on Jack Stoll? I'm like, bro, I don't know, bro.
Nigga, I don't know. Nigga, you want me to dig into Jack Stoll tape?
Absolutely not. I did see a little highlight. I was like, okay. I have no further analysis than that. Like, you think he's gonna beat out so and so? I don't know, bro. Like, I have no idea. He could get cut tomorrow. I don't know. Like,
people who ask you those questions, like, those are the people that really need to disconnect, like, emotionally, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Like how, like.
And you know what? I can't even hate on him because I was those people. I was absolutely.
We both were. We both were, Ryan.
I remember I used to be excited. I used to be excited after the draft when all the free, UDFAs come in trying to find out who signed it. Who is this?
Let me go through the list. We got who? We got who? And we paid him how much to get him? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Pure fucking unadulterated sickness. Sickness. I felt like I went to. Oh no! Like, I just had that no call was like my exorcism, bro. Just like, it just left my body. Just like, just no more.
Just get away.
No more. Just took away. So right now, let's talk about the tight end room. They have Jawan, they have Jack Stoll, who potentially might have the blocking room. We don't know. They have Holker from last year. Foster Moreau had that nasty injury in the last game of the season. Who knows what his status is? And the team is still waiting to see if Taysom Hill is going to be willing to take a pay cut.
Yeah,
we haven't heard anything, but the team is still trying to get Taysom Hill to take a pay cut. How much of a pay cut? I've been saying, and I don't know if this has changed, right? But I've been saying for months when I heard it during the season, they wanted that $10 million to essentially become vet minimum. Do you understand how big of a pay cut that is, people?
Big pay cut. Big pay cut. And, and Cam Jordan, he, we don't know how much of a haircut they took, but Cam Jordan and Tyrann Mathieu, they look like they took some haircuts on their contract. I haven't seen the numbers.
I'm sorry, Wolf. I had to block Cam. I had to block Cam this week, bro.
No, Cam, bro. Come on, man.
Nigga, when you
that tweet, I know what you're talking about.
Had to go, bro. Had to, and that's Cam being Cam. He just being who he is and who he's been since the day he was drafted. I get it, Ryan. I understand it. But when you putting that name, you putting Isaiah Foskey name in the defensive line, no. Man got breaking points, Ryan.
Now you're just lying. You're just lying to us, damn it.
I can deal with the 24-hour rule tweets after these niggas just looking pathetic on Sunday, nigga. I can deal with that.
That's how bad the DA. That's how bad the DA tenure was. He stopped doing the 24-hour rule. He was just like, fuck it. This is trash. You get on there. I don't know what to do anymore. I don't even know what to do. Like damn, it broke Cam.
Broke Cam. That tweet broke me, bro. I had to get. I couldn't, bro. I said, I'll probably unblock him at some point, but for right now, he had to go. He had to go. Shout out to James for the $4.99 super chat. He said, I got an idea for Foskey. Convert him to a tight end. I'm just saying. I have an idea. How about we just cut him? How about we just
move on? Move on.
I would make a bet with someone right now. I'm not a betting person. I put money on it that he doesn't make the 53-man roster.
I mean, he has no connections to Brandon Staley. Brandon Staley going to look at this like, man, get this. Where's Jeff Coat? Where's Jeff Coat at? Get Jeff Coat in here.
Drafted in the second round? Him? Who been evaluating DNs? Who been evaluating DNs?
Yeah.
So the tight end room is still in flux. I just wanted to bring out the point that they want Taysom to take a very substantial pay cut. People in the chat are saying vet minimum is too insulting. Maybe that's changed. Who knows? Like that's what I heard during the season. Yeah, maybe they. I think I heard this. Maybe I think it's about a month ago now that Kellen really and I've said on the podcast, Kellen really wants Taysom to be on the team. So that's what we want to see from. Like if Kellen wants that, put your chest out, bruh. Put your chest out, bruh. You say, hey, no, vet minimum, no, pay cut, sure, but $4 million.
Yeah,
put a number on it that at least Taysom feels potentially fair that he's be willing to take a pay cut, but also willing to stay on the team. But that also has to come from Kellen, kind of with that. You got to be that alpha. You got to be that dog, right?
I want him on the team. I want Taysom Hill on the team. But, he's also coming off an injury. We don't know, like, where he's at with that injury or whatever. So, they got to build in the protection there or whatever. And, look, man, Taysom Hill, as much as I love him, he made a nice coin, bro. Like, he made about $40-50 million since he's been here. So,
Sean took care of, bro.
Sean took care of. Not saying that, like, just because of that, he should take a pay cut. No, you earn what you earn. And he's earned it, bro. Like, he honestly earned it, tenfold. But, we'll see, bro. Like, we'll see. He could be like, man, I'm about to hang it up, chill out in Utah with my Mormon peoples and cool out. You know what I'm saying? So, we'll see. He might be like,
Well,
shit, another
yeah,
offense. I gotta learn another offense.
another.
Another.
But I did say it's just interesting because I do, I just the fact that Kellen is coming from a team that won a Super Bowl and he was the offensive coordinator. I think that carries weight to players.
Oh yeah,
It carries a cachet
it does.
to players. Dante said it wouldn't shock him to agree pay cut. I can see him doing it. Dante said I wouldn't do it though, not for this team.
Crazy.
Uh,
Y'all paying
we'll see how
Jawan?
that plays out.
Paying Jawan 21 guaranteed? You want me to take a pay cut,
A pay
nigga?
cut when I don't win games by my damn self.
Like how
Nah,
I just described Jawan like, oh, I don't know if this is a Jawan. I mean, I never count on Jawan. You can count on Taysom. Like plenty of times, we like, man, this is a
that's
Taysom Hill game here.
plenty.
Plenty.
Saints also brought back a couple of players. Brought back Isaac Yadam. Signed him to a 3-year, $9 million contract. He went to San Francisco last year. Basically, kind of what I was told when he was a free agent, just didn't want to play for DA. It kind of was a theme. Joe Thomas, running backs coach, went to the Giants. Didn't want to coach with DA. What
the DA stank is gone. I mean, it was just stinking, bro.
Gone, bro.
And we still got the Mickey stank, but that DA stank gone.
It was permeating. Big shout out to Joshua Ford with the $19.99 super chat.
Thank you, Joshua.
Love y'all. What's the deal with Mekhi Becton? I can answer this. I don't think this is just a Saints question. I just think this is just a general Becton question. I think a lot of teams are just very cautiously. Is what we saw. I think teams think that what they saw in Philly may be fool's gold, right?
Yeah.
He has only really been healthy in the league 2.5 years, maybe that. He's known to have weight issues. That last year was his first year playing guard, and he was being coached by an elite offensive line person in Stroughton, and he had elite talent around him. You kind of remove him out of that situation. To be fair, like Becton in his rookie season played outstanding. He played outstanding. So I don't want to try to diminish that he doesn't have talent. He absolutely does. But I do think teams are just being cautious of how much of that last year is like, if we take him out of that situation, if we put him on our team at guard, are we going to be able to get that same production? Is he going to be able to remain healthy, blah, 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 blah? And if that's the case, how much is that really worth? That's really what it boils down to.
Right.
What it boils down to.
Especially, I mean, these guards are getting paid, bro. Like, they was getting paid this free agency. So teams probably like, man, I ain't quite there yet with Becton, but, guaranteed $30-40 million right now. You know what I'm saying? I ain't there yet. So he probably just got to wait a little bit, find the right contract. Maybe it's with the Saints. We don't know. I haven't heard about his name at all.
At all. Like, it's been crickets. I do think that Philly and Texans trade with CD Deuce and Kenyon Green pretty much tells you that Philly, he's not going to be back with the Eagles. And they anticipate him leaving. Also, bruh, that Texans secondary is going to be nasty, nigga. Oh, nasty, my bro. God. You talk about a defense that got an identity.
Bro.
Nasty. Think about that, like that first half or first, three, like almost 3.5 quarters of that, the Texans playing the Chiefs in the playoffs, bro. Buzz.
They got CD Deuce now. They got what's your boy name that the whole kerfluffle with the Jaguars quarterback. He hit early hit. Him he got suspended. Aziz.
Aziz Shire,
Yeah, Aziz Shahir.
Shire,
You got Derek Stingley
Will
over
Anderson,
there.
Derek
Oh
Stanley,
man.
Will Anderson, Daniil Hunter, Lassiter, which is funny. This just goes to show you that coaching is crazy. The Texans really wanted to draft Kool-Aid McKinstry in the second round, and the Saints drafted him ahead of the Texans, and they settled for Lassiter. Lassiter goes to the Texans, starts getting coaching by D'Amico Ryan, excuse me, no S. And Lassiter has an outstanding rookie season for the Texans at corner in that defense. Kool-Aid, it was all right. It was up and down. Coaching. Crucial.
Crucial, bro.
Crucial. I would also bet money you put Kool-Aid on that Texans defense last year. The Kool-Aid in that scheme being coached by those coaches is a much different Kool-Aid than we saw the rookie for the Saints last season. I can almost guarantee you.
Just saying, bro. I'm just saying. Everybody like, man, DA, he coached some secondary. I'm like, I don't know, man. Was that Aaron Glenn? You know, if you just kind of follow his timeline a little bit, I don't know. I'm just saying.
Thank you, Wayne. He said there is I always confuse D'Amico Ryans and Mike McDaniel. Like which one has S's and which one doesn't. It messes me up every goddamn time.
Throwing an S on all of them. All of them getting an S. All of them.
Throwing the S's on that bitch. Forgot what the point I was even making. Anyway, talk about back then, but I actually wanted to go back to Yadam. 3 years, $9 million. Did not have a great year with San Francisco last year at all. Did not. Kevin Moores did not have a great year with San Francisco at all. Saints bring him back, hoping that he can rebound and kind of get back to the really bright spots that he had 2 seasons ago when he had the spot starts with the Saints. I don't know what it means in terms of Asante Samuel Jr. But the cornerback. Speaking of needs, right? Them signing Yadam does not preclude cornerback is still a position that they need help at, because if you just look at the breakdown of what they currently stand at cornerback, it is, speaking of Kool-Aid, it's Kool-Aid, Alante, Yadam, Rico Payton. Is that it?
And that's if you want to call Alante a cornerback,
Oh my god. Oh my
cornerback
god.
in name only, I guess. I don't know.
No.
So yeah, it's that. We're back there. We are back there. You remember the days when it was just we stacked that cornerback, and you go way back in the days we used to just dream of having a cornerback, just one. We getting back there, buddy.
Joshua Ford said, "Man, I don't know. I want Rico Payton to get some real time." What is it with people who want a undrafted free agent to get see? It's a wild concept to me, bro.
Rico. I mean, he did show a little something in the preseason. Why he didn't get more snaps during the season last year when playing for basically nothing, I don't understand. Same thing with Rico Payton, with Boyd, the defensive tackle, with Ford got hurt. But Dallin Hooker would have been nice to see Hooker.
To Joshua's point, looking at a team like the Chargers, they drafted corners in the fifth round. 2 corners, 2 second. They drafted corners in the 5th round that essentially both became starters for them and played outstanding for them. Going back to the whole thing of the C word, the coaching, Jesse Minter, Jim Harbaugh, coaching. So I'm not even adamantly against Rico Payton getting some looks, but also like I don't know, bro. You don't know you want Rico Payton on Sunday to be lined up against like a wide receiver too, like.
I don't know. I don't know. But the good
But
thing about Yadam, he did overlap a lot with Brandon Staley, so it's not like oh, the Saints just bringing somebody back. They know it was both.
And that's right. He was there because Brandon Staley was there in San Francisco last year. Although he worked with the offense when he when he was there,
Yeah.
but
also Denver. Like when Yadam came into the league with Denver, Brandon Staley was under Vic Fangio, in Denver. So like he full familiarity. So there's a lot of overlap there that just kind of works out.
It does. Joshua said, "Move Alante back to safety and let Rico see what you got." Where's Alante going? Who's Alante going to replace at safety? They got Honey Badger. They got Justin Reed. Like who is Alante replacing at safety?
Honey Badger. Kind of got one foot out. You know what I'm saying?
I guess. Mitch said, "Cornerback is on top of the draft list as the Saints strike out and bringing in someone like a quality cornerback like Samuel Jr." I mean, they're not striking out on Samuel Jr. Like it's like his market is not very like his market isn't what his market is because he's undersized. This is what I've been told. He's undersized. He doesn't tackle. And he's had injury history. Like those are almost 3 cardinal sins as a corner in the NFL that you don't want as a free agent. I would still, especially at this point in free agency, see what his agent is saying, what he wants.
Huh.
Doc said, "Am I crazy to be concerned about the linebackers? Seem like it's a position group that doesn't get enough attention." Not at all, Doc. Not at all.
It is
been on my radar.
I mean, you got Demario Davis, who was 36. Pete Werner was like I think they brought back Nephi Sewell. I think they brought back Nephi, but he was coming off injury last year. Showed a little promise. They got Orgy back there, who was kind of up and down. They need it's a need. Like linebacker is actually a need, man. And it was interesting this free agency. Linebackers was getting paid.
Paid. I need that. I need the linebacker from UCLA, Carson, Remy Carson.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice.
He would be.
Sean Payton. Sean Payton got Drake Greenlaw. I'm like, man, I've been wanting Drake Greenlaw so long, and now you gonna go get Drake. Kiss my ass. Bro, Payton get on my damn nerves.
He pissing me off, Ryan. He pissing me off, bro. Like literally, he is doing the example of, and I know you can't really talk about it anymore, but he's doing the example of, oh, Yeezy taught me. That is what he's doing to our face right now.
Exactly, bro. Yeezy taught me.
This man got one of the stoutest defenses in the NFL. Then now this nigga done went and got Evan Ingram. And now what this nigga's about to do in the draft is he's about to go offensive heavy out in the draft hard. He might go Colston Loveland at 20. And then in the second round, he's trying to get either one of the Ohio State running backs or Blue from Texas. Get him out my face, Ryan. Get him out of my face.
Please.
Pissing me off, Ryan. It's like, all the mistakes as a coach I didn't do in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Let me make sure I do it right.
Like, remember when I was like, I like the receiver room back in the, remember that, Pete? Hey, Pete, remember that? Let's go get us some wide receivers, some weapons, bro. Like,
get him.
Wow.
Burn me up, Ryan. But yeah, at the combine when that nigga started talking about football, bro, nigga, I was in the trance, bro, just It's just,
Oh
ooh, just
yeah,
keep talking, Sean.
yeah.
Yep. No, okay. So talked about Yadam. I want to talk about one of the more underrated moves I feel that the Saints made today. Actually, Will Clapp. Hashtag clap them cheeks. Back in the building. Listen, man, he went to the Chargers. He got some. He's played some spot starts for the Chargers. At times, he's got some spot starts at center. When the Chargers center was Corey Lindsey, I believe, has had starts where he's looked really good, really good, really kind of holding. He pulling that Chris Evans, Captain America, when he trying to pull the helicopter down, trying to just pull that shit. 2018 Saints draft class. He's trying to hold it together, bro. Trying to hold it together. I like the move. Is it Devion? He's had a lot of starts with Kellen too. Yes.
Yep.
I like the move because for a very, very little underrated deal, they may have just gotten their starting left guard. We'll see what happened with Mekhi Becton, but they may have gotten their starting left guard. And I don't want to put this out there in the universe like this, but we know Eric McCoy is going to miss time. We know he is going to miss time.
And we saw what happens when he misses time. Like, it's a freaking disaster.
We can win the division next year.
Ooh, that's Cam. Cam in there. That's you, Cam Jordan.
In what sport? What sport are we winning the division? Who's the quarter? I'm okay. All right. Anyway,
man, my dog feeling it, bro. Feeling it.
All right.
Look, this is the time to feel it, man. Like, if you ain't feeling it this time, when you gonna feel it? Reality, trust me, reality will hit in a couple of months.
Who would? Okay, I'm gonna let Don just go off and just Don be him. Don said Falcons way better. The Panthers, I don't know, bro. Like the Panthers already beat us last year. Panthers
building, man. They're getting better, man. Everybody getting better, bro.
He said, "Please clip this. We want the Saints to be good. Do you know what that does for our podcast? Do you know what that does for last year is last year? Yes, I understand I understand last year is last year. What has changed about this team this year? What has changed?
We hope better coaching. We hope.
They added Justin Reed and Will Clapp.
Right. Like right now, like from a roster standpoint, it's kind of like they're treading water. Like they're trying not to sink and get worse. And I was thinking about that today. I was like, is the roster better today than it was week 1 last year? Like not the end of last year, but week 1 last year. Is it better today than week 1 last year? I'm like, nah, it's still because you had Lattimore, you had
Adebo,
who else?
At Arizona State University, we've made online education better, smarter, and more personalized so you can go further in your aspiring field.
I decided to pursue medicine once I realized that ASU did have the online program for biological sciences. You're still required to learn the same curriculum. You're still being tested on the same content that anyone would be tested on in person. The comprehensiveness of the program prepared me so well for medical school.
Explore over 300 programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
Those are like the big ones.
Those are the big ones, yeah. So it's still not quite better, but it's still kind of like treading water, trying not to get worse like drastically worse than last year. But they still ain't to the point where they're better and that they've improved from what they are last year. Now they're hoping that less injuries would give them like just a bounce. But man, you can't depend on that season to season, bro. You can't just be like, well, we ain't gonna be injured as much as we was last year, so we gonna be better. Nah, bro, you can't team build like that. Like, what the hell is that?
That's Mickey Loomis talk right there, bro.
Exactly, I know that's exactly what he's doing.
That's what Mickey Loomis. Our John Lewis shout out for the $5 super chat. I know Saints are down bad. That was weird. He said, I know the Saints are down bad right now, but man, the Falcons are into 4 years into rebuilding and are still mid. Here's the thing though, and this is not me trying to prop the Falcons up. I'm not a Falcons fan. I'm a Saints fan. This is a Saints podcast. We still don't know who Michael Penix is as a quarterback.
No.
But in theory,
they got one.
But in theory, they got one. In theory, that's a complete game changer. If he is the guy, that changes everything.
Everything, bro.
Bryce Young, second half of the season, looks like he will be potentially a competent starting quarterback going forward. Baker Mayfield, we done seen what Baker Mayfield has done to the Saints plenty of times.
I put up 40-something touchdowns last year, bro. Baker Mayfield. But I will say the Falcons. Terry. I don't like Terry team building, bro. Like Terry.
Oh, it's not great.
Terry, just come on home, Tom. Just come on home, Terry, bro. Like,
it's not.
I don't know what he's doing. They go out and get Floyd. It's like, what are y'all doing over there, bro? Like, let Grady Jarrett go, but then you go get Floyd. It's like, okay. All right, whatever.
All right. Anyway. Going back to you were hitting on the point. I'm letting Don talking about we almost won the division with Pete Carmichael calling plays, talking about things happening 2 years ago. I don't even know what this nigga talking about right now. All right, bro. Go off. But you said it, right? Eric McCoy being kind of that key linchpin. We see what happened to the offensive line when he goes out. Having kind of Will Clapp as that kind of like that backup. And who knows? Like, someone said in the chat that, I don't know, Mike Triplett said that Salsa Verde is going to be the starting left guard. Based on what? What have Salsa like? Huh? Okay,
he is a theory. Salsa Verde is a theory right now. That's it.
That's it. So, I really listen, and this is why I get annoyed when people call us being negative all the time. I love the Will Clapp signing. It's a sneaky, underrated move that could pay dividends for them long term going forward in the season.
Yeah. Oh, it was a good move. And again, it's that overlap we talked about, just like with Yadam, where he's worked with Kelly Moore before, and he's been a part of the Saints before. So there's just that overlap. Mm-hmm. There's something comforting about bringing in free agents that you know about. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes,
as a team, you know, at least that makeup, you know what you're getting to a certain extent, because free agency is a gamble. Like, you are literally a lot of times just bringing in somebody you have no idea about their background and work ethic, what they do off the field and all that stuff. So, it's good that they brought in players where there is overlap with the coach and staff and the franchise, to where they kind of got those boxes checked. You know what I'm saying? I think those are good moves. They're not sexy moves. They're not exciting, because these are names we're familiar with already. We've seen them with the team before. It's like, oh, who cares? Will Clapp, Isaac Yadam. But those are nice, solid moves for them to do. So I give them credit where credit is due, man. Like, those are solid moves. They're not sexy, but they're solid moves.
And I can talk about this on the podcast. The team wants to add a wide receiver. They want to add a wide receiver. One name that not just the Saints, its name is tied to a lot of teams is Cooper Kupp. They're interested in Cooper Kupp. A lot of teams are interested in Cooper Kupp. The Patriots, Jags. Speaking of that former coach we were talking about, Broncos. So I don't know if the Saints will land Cooper Kupp. I do think if they were to land him, they gonna have to. The Saints are in a position where, especially skilled position players, bro. What are you offering them? Like, what are you offering them that's going to incentivize them to go to New Orleans over? Let me tell you another team that's interested in Cooper Kupp. Houston. Like, unless it's money.
Gotta come with the money, bro.
That's it.
And am I coming with the money for Cooper? I mean, somebody whose legs are gone, bro. Legs are gone. He's a dog now. He was a dog in his day, but his legs are gone. Like listening to Greg Rosenthal talk about him, or Greg watches a ton of Rams football, and just I don't know. He sound cooked to me, bro. Like Cooper Kupp sound cooked, And look, if you can get him on a 1-year, 2-year deal on a decent amount of money, but do I want to get in a bidding war for Cooper Kupp right now? With this roster,
I'm good.
Where it's at, I'm good.
So, but then I know, like, I say that then that's a name that they're interested in. I don't know other wide receivers other than Cooper Kupp that they're interested in. I just know that they're interested in wide receivers. Cooper Kupp being one of them.
Man, your boy Josh Palmer, he got scooped up quick. I'm like, damn. Like, damn, bro. Thought Palmer be hanging around for a little bit. Shit.
No. Nigga, my eyes don't fool me, bro. My eyes do not fool me. Jack Hunter in the chat just mentioned your boy from TCU. Siobhan Williams. Is that how it's pronounced?
Yeah.
Is it Siobhan or Savion?
I don't know.
Savion?
Savion, yeah. What about him?
I'm gonna get him nice and. Well, he just said that someone like as juice, like not.
Oh yeah.
We talking about free agent wide receivers, but.
Oh, I like me some Savion. Get me started.
Big 12 Pro Day.
Ooh.
Nice and close.
In there.
Rajon Lewis asks, is T-Mac on their cloud still? Good question. Is one of those say be on? Good question. I think their cloud is evolving. One thing to me that's interesting about Tetaroa is, we got the list officially of like all the players that are going to be at the Big 12 Pro Day. He's not working out next week. He didn't work out at the combine. And as far as I know, it's not any reports of him being injured or anything.
Smart. Age just said, only running I want you doing is to the podium, nigga. Like that.
But it's funny, too, because there's only like 11 draft invites this year. Like, it is super small.
Yeah.
And they're only really inviting prospects to those who they feel are going to go top 10.
Yeah.
He got an invite. Connect the dots however you want. He's going. I don't know if I think he's going to be at the draft in Green Bay. I don't know, man. Like he. It's funny because he gets compared to Drake London a lot. His pre-draft process is playing out almost identical to Drake London's.
They might have the same agent. Might have the same fucking agent, bro.
Bro, I need to look it up, bro. Because Brent said y'all need to check out Alec Ayemeyer. Love him. To me, he looks like a I don't throw this name out because I hate making this description, but he just seems like Mike Thomas, but like a little more juice. He doesn't
remind me of Mike Thomas. Huh?
He doesn't have the catch concentration that MT did. Or the 50-50 balls that MT did, but just the way that he plays is very Mike T-ish. QE said, I read rumors that the Raiders really like Genty. That is very true, and it was early, but they for sure may take him. So I'm thinking McMillan may slip to us at 9. It's not a slip though. Like, people say he might slip to 9. Like, go watch his tape. If you watch his tape, nothing about him is a slip.
Right. He's gonna be there. He's gonna be sitting there at 9.
If anything, him going at 9 might be an overdraft. I'm just go look. We did a whole episode on T-Mac.
Prospect of the week. Patreon.com/Saints Block Party.
Go watch it. All that to say, he's I'm not going to get into the T-Mac debate. Would I be mad if the Saints drafted T-Mac at 9? Not at all. I think he would be a good pick. We did a whole podcast on it. But all that to say, them ain't interested in wide receivers. I'm going to be careful how I say this. This seems like a team, if they're able to add a wide receiver prior to the draft, it seems like a team that is wanting to go to the draft with all their needs, for the most part, taken care of. That if potentially, there happened to be a quarterback that was slipping, or if there was an opportunity to go get a quarterback, if your needs are all quote unquote fulfilled, that makes that decision a lot easier to go get a quarterback or potentially take one if one slips and falls to them at 9. So all I'm going to say about it, Ryan,
Gonna be fascinating, man. It's gonna be fascinating, especially when you watch free agency and how these dominoes are falling. With Browns getting Kenny Pickett, Raiders getting Geno Smith, Seahawks they got Sam Darnold. What else? I'm still waiting on the Aaron Rodgers, Steelers or Giants. How that's gonna work out? It's just weird. Russell Wilson, I guess he's like the last one holding the bag, just like
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, whoever Aaron Rodgers does go with, the other one's gonna go with Russell Wilson, I guess. It's like,
the league is. I think the league is really telling you what they think of this quarterback draft class.
Yeah, exactly. And what I'm most interested in is Titans ain't make no kind of quarterback moves. So that tells me they don't have to blow smoke. They don't have to do anything. They're picking number 1 overall. So if they fall in love with Cam Ward, it's just gonna be the pick. It is what it is. Or somebody calls and makes the right offer where they just like, okay. But other than that, they have no quarterback right now other than Will Levis, and so. So outside of Cam Ward, at 9, it could be Shedeur Sanders. Look, Jackson Dart probably was going to be there regardless. It's like Saints going to have decisions to make. But that Shedeur Sanders decision, if he is there at 9, will be fascinating. Oh, man, it'll be fascinating.
And
so fascinating.
Myself and shout out to Dante will be there on Thursday at his pro day.
4K,
see him
baby.
Up close in 4K. We'll be there. Someone asked, shit, I missed it. Where's the question? What do you guys think of cornerback Will Johnson of Michigan at 9? Check out our Will Johnson Prospect of the Week episode, although it probably should be a little updated because where we feel about Will Johnson now compared to where we felt about Will Johnson then is changed some.
More information.
Yeah, some more information has come out. Yeah, it's completely utterly fascinating to see kind of how that all plays out in regards to the quarterback situation. I wanted to end on this part, wrap up, get out of here. Speaking of Shedeur Sanders, speaking of Prospect of the Week, we are recording our Shedeur Sanders Prospect of the Week episode Sunday night. So it's going down Sunday night. If you're a Patreon, if you're a YouTube member, make sure the link for the live stream will go out. We're doing our breakdown of Shedeur Sanders Sunday night. I will be up and close watching Shedeur Sanders, his pro day Thursday in Dallas at Jerry's World.
Wow.
It's when you really think about it, Ryan, it is crazy because we as a podcast, I'm always represent us, we could be up close at potentially the future franchise quarterback of the Saints next Thursday.
How amazing would that be? Amazing.
Crazy. Kind of like a segue, last thing we'll talk about. There's this little buzz that just won't go away. First it was Florio. Now you had Todd McShay saying the same thing. That's just depending on how things go in this draft, Ryan. Just depending on how things go in the draft and depending on what teams do and don't do and blah, blah, blah. Maybe Derek Carr might potentially be traded post June 1st.
Oh. It's possible. Nothing's preventing it except how would that play out? I'm trying to think.
Oh, I mean, nothing prevented except the no trade clause that Dennis Allen and Mickey Loomis gave Derek Carr. Oh, no, fun.
Oh, don't get me started on that. Oh my God, what was they thinking? Like, what? Seriously, what were they thinking? like Derek Carr's like, well, I'm not signing unless you give me a no trade. Like, so you're not getting one, buddy. Like, you're lucky we pay you $45 million, nigga. Like.
That nigga walked in the airline like that nigga was Patrick Mahomes, bro. Like,
bro, the nerve. But that's on. Like, props to him.
Completely.
He did what he's completely. But I'm just trying to think. Like, I guess if a situation came where a team really needed a quarterback, like they were right there, needed a quarterback, willing to give up picks. Saints drafted a quarterback, ready to move on. And, Carr doesn't want to face the embarrassment or whatever. And he's like, look, get me out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And the Saints have to eat the money. But, it's like, okay, who cares? Like, look at the Falcons. Falcons eating Kirk Cousins money right now. They just like.
That's an interesting quarterback domino that we kind of left out. Because I still think that one's still a domino left to fall. Right.
It is. There's just no rush to it. There's no reason for them to rush until the right situation comes up.
Kind of the same thing with Carr, right? Kind of very, very similar. What did I say prior to Kellen Moore getting hired on this podcast?
They didn't want him, bro. Hey, you just making it up, bro.
Who knows how it plays out? But to your point, I think like for that to potentially be a possibility, it's like there's multiple things that would have to happen, right? Like you just said, more than likely the Saints would likely have to need to draft a quarterback in the first round. But to me, the fact that Florio put it out and the fact that Todd McShay put it out, that to me tells me that there's buzz, or they're hearing that there's a strong possibility that the Saints potentially want to draft a quarterback in the first round, which also kind of coincides with what I'm hearing too. I'm just saying, you just got to kind of put the dots together sometimes. So let's say they draft a quarterback at 9. And then if they want to draft a quarterback at 9, please, can you please stay at 9? Can you please stay at 9? Stay at 9.
Please.
Stay at 9.
Not trade up.
Because here's the thing. If Shedeur goes higher than 9, if you don't love Jackson Dart, then just don't draft a quarterback. Draft whoever the next best player. Because Shedeur Sanders is not going to wherever Shedeur gets drafted. If they draft him at 9, I'm gonna break this spoiler alert on this podcast. There are going to be tons of players not tons, but like quite substantially more players that the Saints graded higher on their draft board than Shedeur Sanders. Just letting y'all know. Just letting you know. Anyway, so if they stay patient and Shedeur's there at 9, and I really believe he's going to be there at 9. I just believe it in my soul, bruh. I just don't see a team the only team that would maybe do it is the Giants, and I just don't see it, Ryan. I might be shocked, I might be surprised, but that's why it makes the draft so exciting. But if a quarterback, let's not even say Shedeur, if a quarterback's taken at 9, and there's then a team, the teams that come to mind are the Titans, the Vikings, Giants, Browns, but it's all kind of relative to see first what happens in free agency and then what happens in the draft. If they're kind of left without a quarterback and they feel like they need one, then that's where the whole Derek Carr situation becomes intriguing. The Viking one is intriguing to me. They're flirting with Aaron Rodgers, which is yuck and gross. But let's say they strike out on Aaron Rodgers. They say they strike out. The Viking, I don't know if he's not healthy. They don't want to commit yet to J.J. McCarthy. I'm just throwing that out there. They have a thing. They don't want to commit to J.J. McCarthy right now. They want to vet. They have a stacked team, and they're not really ready to turn it over to a second-year player.
Right.
So you say after the draft they weren't able to get a quarterback in free agency. Maybe they weren't able to get a guy in the draft that they like, because the Vikings don't have a lot of picks. They can't really draft can't draft a quarterback in round 1, and then the next pick they have isn't until the 5th round. So the Vikings is just an interesting team. So they don't get a quarterback in free agency, and they don't get a quarterback in the draft. That seems like a fascinating place that I could see a Derek Carr trade, and I'm just throwing them out there. This is not nothing I've heard. You kind of just got to find the pieces that fit, right? Which would be hilarious, because I know Justin Jefferson would want to murder Carr by training camp, nigga.
Oh, you already know, bro. You already know how that's gonna go. KOC, shit, come on, man. And the thing with the Vikings is, like, if that trade would have happened, it would be a 2026 pick, probably be a late pick. You know what I'm saying? But that's here nor there. You know, like, we'll see how all that work out, because a lot of dominoes got to fall in place.
A lot of them
for something like that to happen. But it's something just kind of just file in the back of your mind, like, you know,
keeps being said, bro.
And like I've been saying, regardless, even if that doesn't happen, you got Derek Carr coming in to another new offense, and coming from the Kubiak offense that was, you know, paint by numbers, if then else, where under Kellen Moore, it's a progression offense, it's reading coverages, it's spread out, it's, you know, throwing the ball, crosses over the middle. Everything I'm describing right now is not Derek Carr's game. Like, everything. It's going to be a disaster. So this will play out. I'm just saying, like, the truth will play out, you know, no matter what they want to say Derek Carr is a good quarterback, and the truth is going to set us free. Damn it,
Free.
You're gonna see it. You're gonna see it.
Period. We'll be back. We're gonna leave on that note. We'll be back this weekend, probably Sunday evening, recording the Shedeur Sanders Prospect of the Week episode, and then after that, probably next episode we'll record will be when I'm in Dallas at some point, getting in the pro days for Big 12. Got Arizona, Colorado, Arizona State, Texas Tech, Utah, Oklahoma State, probably forgetting some schools, TCU. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get as much content as possible that we can get for y'all. Have that up on YouTube, have that up on Twitter. Try to post more to Blue Sky. TikTok, Instagram. But it's gonna be a busy week. Next week starts Wednesday. Yeah, starts Wednesday through Thursday. We got y'all covered. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. If we need to have some type of emergency episode, we'll make sure we'll do that. But definitely wanted to get this out. Thank y'all for all the support. We will be back this weekend recording this Shedeur Sanders Prospect of the Week episode. And then after that, we'll be back the following week. With that, we are out.
Peace.